Hello and welcome to BharatShakti.in. I'm Nitin Gokhale and I'm speaking to you from Paris or just outside Paris at the Safran military engine facility and speaking on the eve of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to France and of course looking at the future plans and projects that Safran engine division military engine division has for India, and what are the partnerships that they are looking at in the future. And with me to talk about the company's plans and what they intend to do in India is Senior Executive Vice President Christophe Bruno and the man in charge of business development in India, Jean-Michel Messier. They are here to give us the idea of what exactly Safran intends to do. But let me start with you, Christophe. What is Safran's history in India, if you can tell me that? Because people need to know what is this company all about and does it have any relationship with India?
Good morning, Nitin. Yes, I think it's very important to precise that Safran is working with India since more than 65 years. We start with a space activity. You may know we provide engine for the Indian rocket for the sovereignty. Especially, it was the Viking engine, which is in India the Vigas engine. We also work on the Trident system, for which we transfer technology in India. We are working on the helicopter engine with some joint venture working in these sectors and on civil and military engine activities for aircraft. So since many years, we are working with India on many different sides.
That's good to know. I mean, a lot of people would not know because it's all behind the scene, these activities that go on. You've been an India watcher, an India engagement that you've been doing with India for some time. What are the plans for commercial engine or commercial activities that Safran has for India?
Yeah, for the commercial engine, you know that the LEAP engine that we are producing together with our partner GE inside the CFM joint venture, it's a very successful engine. And CFM LEAP engine right now are pushing probably more than 75% of the commercial fleet in India. It has been very successful. And what we plan to do on the commercial side at least is to implement, it's not planned, it's decided to implement a maintenance shop for the LEAP engine, providing maintenance capability for all the Asia Pacific area as well.
Right.
So it's a very important move from Safran, a huge investment to be made. Mm-hmm. Together with other manufacturing implementation capability, we have implemented also in Hyderabad a manufacturing center, right. Manufacturing LEAP parts, and it's a huge manufacturing center for versatile parts. Mm-hmm. And we're building up also, I would say, on the commercial aspect, because the volume allows that a complete ecosystem of industry in order to bring this ecosystem to the right level of competency and capability in order to provide these aero engine parts with the right level of performance and competence.
Well,
so there are many companies working with us which are integrated already in the LEAP budget.
So I think you would create an ecosystem going forward as you go there, and India needs to develop a kind of supply chain, also skill sets, which you will help, I'm sure.
Exactly. So this is exactly the purpose of our move, is to build up the ecosystem for the commercial part, because we can leverage all the investments which are necessary to produce this type of parts with the right level of performance, and use this ecosystem also to bring military capacity, military parts capability as well. Because the military part bring the technology, yes, where the commercial part bring the volume and can leverage. Excellent.
So maybe today we can add that today we have more than 3,000 people in India, and in the coming years we will have around 10,000 people in India.
Yeah.
So which is not very big, but not small at all.
Oh, that's good to know because after all, India is also looking to create the ecosystem and provide jobs to many engineers and skillful young people who are coming up through the education system.
And that's very important when you are creating a partnership, to have local people working for your product and developing the ecosystem as you mentioned, because we can do nothing with a very high level skill ecosystem. It's very important for us, especially when we have planned to have partners in small and medium companies or big group also, in order to make sure that our product will be at the right level.
Right. You also have this plan for the MRO. What are the timelines that you're looking at for the MRO that you're sort of trying to set up there?
We will start now already, I will say. The idea is to have in 2025 the MRO set up for the civil engine.
The field has been brought up. The construction of the building has been signed up.
Right.
So operation will start.
And this will be at which facility?
It used to be in Hyderabad, in the SEZ zone of Hyderabad,
right?
The aerospace zone of Hyderabad. Okay. Very close to our manufacturing center. Right. And we have also planned the extension of this MRO shop in order to handle military engine maintenance capability, especially for the M88. For which we expect a lot of orders from India, and I think it would be very good for India to have this depot level maintenance capability already in place in India in order to gain in turnaround time, and so it's also an opportunity to build up the capability and the skills necessary to maintain such high power engine and high quality engines.
It's excellent to know. So. Let's turn our attention to military engines now.
Yes.
Last year, HAL and Safran signed an MOU, memorandum of understanding, on the rotary wing engine, the rotary the helicopter engines for the Indian multi-role helicopter, possibly going forward. Tell us a little bit about those plans.
We want the idea is really to develop in India capability through development for the new type of helicopter and also the existing, in order to transfer the technology and to allow India to grow in this market, and maybe also to the export market. It's the same on military engine. Jean-Michel talked about the DLF, so the MRO facilities. We will start also in 2024 in order to set up and to increase the availability of the M88 for the Rafale engine in India, and also to transfer technology in order to build up step by step the capability in India. For us, it's very important to transfer this know-how.
And have it locally also sort of imbibed by the local company like HAL, for instance.
Yeah, if I may add, the rotary wing engine sector, the cooperation with HAL, it's a very long time cooperation. There is no helicopter flying without a part coming from Safran. So it's a very long, starts with Artus and also with the Shakti engine, which is a long time cooperation, and there is a lot of transfer of manufacturing capability taking place, and now the idea is to develop jointly the engine for the IMRH.
Right.
Not only, and we have also this cooperation with HAL regarding the maintenance. So we set up a maintenance facility for helicopter engine in Goa. So this facility is building up right now, and will take flight. And we expect a lot in developing this new joint development for the average, not only for the Indian market, but also for potential export market as well.
Remind me and correct me if I'm wrong. This is one of the unique partnerships in the sense that this is nothing to do with government to government. It is between a company like Safran and HAL.
Yes, it's a self-funding type of investment from HAL and from Safran.
Yeah.
In order to tackle the specific market of the average in India. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the government funding.
It's a unique partnership in that sense.
That's correct. Yes. It's almost like the model of, say, the CFM. for them, where it's a joint venture, city joint venture, and so the production will be shared 50-50 between the
work share has been decided.
Work share has been decided. The work share, the shareholder agreement, everything has been decided.
Yes.
And we hope to have a decision or hint within 2 days. Yes, the joint venture and so on.
That's what I was hoping, that there'll be a big announcement on this, or something of that. And let's see what happens. But at least the work has been done. The spade work has been done. Let's talk about a little bit about the Rafale offsets. Is there a possibility of doing something there? Are you doing something already on the offsets from the Rafale contract?
Of course, we committed to do it, so we are respecting our commitment. I think that is one of particularity of Safran. We do what we say, and we say what we do, and we commit on it. So we already started and to fulfill our obligation in terms of offset. We talk about the civil engine. We have also planned on military side in order to give work and to set up more and more capability, to transfer capability to small and medium company.
Right.
So we are on track.
And so this will contribute, you think, to India's Make in India policy, what is now probably Atmanirbhar Bharat policy?
Yeah.
How would that fit into the new policy?
In fact, I would say if I start from the beginning, aero engine manufacturing is very complex area of competencies.
Yes.
I mean, it's you have much more technology in aero engine than any other things because they have a lot of mechanical part, a lot of technology on board. Okay, and so building up this technology cannot be built just like that. Okay, so. This is why we use the high volume market of the commercial engine to build up this capability. And so we believe that injecting the technology and the know-how of the company in helping small companies and even bigger companies in order to get to the right level of performance, then we build up this sovereignty capability in order to get the competencies in India for future market like the AMCA engine market or whatsoever.
So talking about the AMCA engine, I know it's not your core responsibility, perhaps, I'm not very sure. But there is this speculation, a lot of talk. If you want to answer that, please answer. Otherwise, you tell me that you can't. But there is a lot of speculation in the Indian ecosystem that Safran has offered to co-develop and co-manufacture a jet engine going forward for India, which can be used for the advanced medium combat aircraft. What is the reality, and where are we on that?
As I mentioned, we have a long history of cooperation between Safran and the TGRE and the DRDO. So we are working with these two organizations in order to propose to India a new engine for the new Indian fighter, which is the AMCA. I think it's not a secret. Now we are working on it in order to propose the best for India's sovereignty.
If I can play the devil's advocate in this, and the contrary opinions that come there, one of the apprehensions people have expressed, some of them, and obviously this is natural, is that it's going to take too long. A period of 10 years has been mentioned somewhere. And correct me again if I am wrong there. And also the cost. People have spoken about these two as the impeding factor in not going forward. And maybe in this visit of the Prime Minister, this may not come through, is what everybody's speculating, those who know or those who don't know what. But what is the reality there?
In fact, designing an engine has nothing to do as manufacturing an engine. Right? So you can get the competency of manufacturing an engine, but getting the know-how and know-how of designing an engine is another story. Okay, and if you look at the engine designer and engine provider worldwide, typically the development of a brand new engine is in the period of 15-20 years. Taking into account all the background of the of these people, so it's not unusual to have this type of timeline. Okay, regarding the budget as well, again, building the technology, getting the technology, acquiring the technology for this type of aircraft. If you look at the on the papers, the cost of designing American engine or even Russian, or it's very huge. And I would say we are pretty much in the ballpark of what is commonly used in. So this is the main difference between co-developing an engine and while acquiring the technology and the design capability, as compared to manufacturing an engine where you get only manufacturing capability.
Sure.
That's the main difference.
It is there the main
The main difference is sovereignty.
Yes, and now you're willing to transfer the entire technology when the co-development happens. It's going to be co-owned by an Indian entity in Safran, right?
Right.
That's the plan.
That's a plan.
And that is the difference between what happens elsewhere and
That's
what will happen here.
Yeah, that's a plan. So we believe that our proposal provide the full sovereignty capability to India.